Picture this, y'all. You're kicked back in your Texas living room, heart thumping like a rodeo drum line, trying to figure out whether the Dallas Cowboys can claw their way out of this emotional tailspin after the heartbreaking loss of Marshawn Leland. That rising star on defense gone far too early at just 24. Then out of nowhere, head coach Coach Schottenheimer steps into the press conference and drops a string of revelations about how the team intends to turn their sorrow into pure gridiron fuel heading into Monday Night Football against the Raiders. And folks, this ain't empty chatter. He's laying out plans to unleash more of DeMarcus Lawrence, fold in fresh powerhouses like Quinnen Williams and Logan Wilson, and roll out new wrinkles from the bye-week self-scout that could swing the entire season on its axis. But here's the real question. Is this the spark that sets off a playoff surge, or are we bracing for another punch to the gut? Stick with me, because I'm breaking it down like a die-hard Cowboys loyalist straight out of Dallas, serving up insight you won't find anywhere else. What city are y'all tuning in from? Drop it below and let me know whether you think this shakes up everything. Now let's jump right in. As someone who's lived and breathed silver and blue since the era of Staubach and defenses tougher than rush hour traffic on I-35, I'm hyped, but keeping one boot on the ground. This 2025 season has dragged us through the mud, leaving us at a rough 3-5-1 after that Week 9 faceplant, even with the opposing squad missing Kyler Murray entirely. Cowboys chatter today is buzzing with talk of a comeback, but let's be honest, this ain't exactly our first dance with chaos. Here's the unvarnished truth about what went down. The team stepped out of the bye week still shaken to the core by the sudden, devastating loss of Marshawn Leland. That blow hit like getting blindsided off the edge, leaving everyone from the locker room to the fan base wrestling with raw, heavy emotions. In his presser, Coach Schottenheimer didn't sugarcoat a thing. He said the guys are back on the field, intensity cranked up in meetings, even shooting hoops together before diving into film study. He mentioned counselors being available for anyone who needs them, but underscored that the best way to honor Moran is to handle business between the lines. That's Texas grit right there. Pain turned into purpose. Roster-wise, the latest Cowboys updates are packed with moves that have everyone buzzing. The front office swung a massive deal for Quinnen Williams out of New York, bringing in a seasoned force who's already meshing with the defensive front. Then there's Logan Wilson, scooped up from Cincinnati to inject savvy and toughness into the linebacker room. Both of these dudes are consummate pros, settling in with ease despite the turmoil. Schottenheimer praised the way they've carried themselves, faith in the team shining through a brutal stretch. As for injuries, DeMarcus D-Law has finally ramping back up after a long break. Coach wants him cutting loose, not tied down by a strict snap count as he returns. No rust on that instinct, though. Expect him hunting down the football like he never missed a beat. Rookie corner Savone has been turning heads, too. His pressman skills jump right off the screen. Long frame, real burst, and an attitude that throws receivers' timing straight into the dirt. That kind of disruption buys our pass rush those extra precious seconds to go hunting. And with the bye-week self-scout turning up a treasure chest of insights, the staff dug into the film and pinpointed exactly what clicks. Win early downs by getting 4+ yards on offense and holding opponents under that on defense. Strip out the stuff we keep tripping over, double down on what works, play action, clean fundamentals, and disciplined execution. Practice this week? Trim to a tight 90-minute session, all about sharpening the basics, music thumping, with Coach buzzing around like he always does. Meanwhile, Cowboys rumors are spinning about Jerry Jones having a deal lined up before the deadline. Maybe there are more moves coming. But right now, eyes are locked on this Monday night showdown with Pete Carroll's Raiders, stacked with familiar names like his sons and Joe Philin, adding that extra personal spark. But here's the honest truth. As bright as all this sounds, the road ain't smooth. We've seen the hot streaks. Dak Prescott throwing 13 touchdowns and 0 picks in that early 4-game heater. But lately, 1 score, 3 interceptions, and too many games slipping into panic mode against Denver and Arizona. When you're trailing, you're forced to throw, and defenses smell it a mile away. Add in rookies like Savon navigating their first true NFL battles, and you've got real growing pains. Then there's Raiders running back Ashton Ginty, a hometown product and that Boise State workhorse who hits like a runaway locomotive. He's a legitimate problem. And on the flip side, let's keep it real, Cowboys fans, there's plenty eating at us. Today's headlines reflect the frustration. A 3-5-1 record screams inconsistency. with self-inflicted mistakes like penalties blowing up drives before they even get rolling. The defense, even with fresh talent, has to glue itself together fast after losing Nealon's pass rush potential. Depth concerns linger in the secondary, especially if Savon hits that typical rookie wall when matched up with wily veteran cornerbacks.